So another vocabulary word is going to be the word multiples. Multiples of a number are formed by multiplying the number by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so forth and so on. So multiples go on forever. So a lot of times we'll be just asked to list maybe like the first 5 multiples. So the first 5 multiples of 8, well, 8 times 1 would be 8. 8 times 2 would be 16. 8 times 3 is 24. And again, you could be using your little math trick there to get these listed. 8 times 4 is 32. And 8 times 5 is 40. So that would be your first 5 multiples of 8. So to get your multiples of 8, you just multiply 8 by 1, 8 by 2, 8 by 3, 8 by 4, 8 by 5. And that's how you form multiples. The first 5 multiples of 10, well, 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3 is 30. 10 times 4 is 40. 10 times 5 is 50. So that'll be your first 5 multiples of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's kind of like just your multiplication tables, basically. So what are your first 5 multiples of 6? The first 5 multiples of 6, well, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. And 6 times 5 would be 30. And that would be your multiples of 6. So another form of multiplication is going to be what we call exponent math. Sometimes exponents are referred to as powers, exponents or powers. So when you have like 2 raised to the power of 7, that 7 is called the exponent, or again, the power. So the raised number, the little small number, the 7 is called the exponent. The 2 is referred to as the base. Now, what this math means is that 7 means to write down the 2 7 times, and we multiply those all together. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we have to write down 7 2s. And if I do that math, we know that 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. And we have another times 2. So I have 4 times 4, and I have times 2. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. And 4 times 2 is 8. So what I'm left with is 16 times 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Carry my 4. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 more makes 12. So the answer would be 128. So 2 to the 7th power is 128. So 3 to the power of 5, and again, that 5 is our exponent. That 5 means to write down the 3 5 times, but they're joined together by multiplication. So it means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 5 3s. So we know 3 times 3 is 9. We know 3 times 3 is 9. And we got to multiply by 3. So 9 times 9 is 81. 81 times 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 8 is 24. So that answer becomes then 243. So since that's kind of sloppy there, I can say 3 to the power of 5 is the same thing as 243. The common mistake is to say 15, but that's not what the math means. 3 to the 5th power means there are 5 3s, but those 5 3s are joined together by multiplication, which makes it a much more difficult problem. Some common exponents. 5 squared. If I raise a number to a power of 2 or an exponent of 2, that 2 is referred to as squared. So 5 squared. So 5 squared means 5 times 5, which would be, in turn, 25. 6 to the power 2, what that does is that reads as, so I have a 6, and then that power 2 stands for squared. So we say 6 squared. And 6 squared means 6 times 6. And 6 times 6 would be then 36. So if the powers are 2, we refer to as squared. 4 to the power 3, that 3 stands for cubed. So 4 to the power 3 means 4 times 4 times 4. So it's 4 times 4 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 times 4 is what we have. So 16 times 4. Well, 4 times 6 would be 24. I carry my 2. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 more would be then a 6, so 64. So 4 cubed is the same thing as 64. This reads as 5 cubed. So 5 cubed means 5 times 5 times 5. And 5 times 5 times 5, well, 5 times 5 is 25. So it's 25 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, carry a 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 more is 12, so 125. So 5 cubed is the same thing as then 125. So those are some common exponents that we'll see. So this is going to move us into our home stretch now.